Cool, alrighty, we're good. Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's do this. Are you fired up? I'm so fired up. Fired up. I'm fired up. Let's go. Are you guys ready? You guys ready? We're about to get real Tony Robbins, Gary V up in here. What's up guys, Jeremy here. Welcome back to my channel. Wow, would you guys look at that? It's already the end of 2020. We are less than 30 days from January 2021. So question for you guys is, whenever January comes around, what is that one thing that everyone and their mothers like to do for themselves? If you're thinking New Year's resolution, then you're absolutely correct. I feel like we as human beings, for whatever reason, like to try to better ourselves, and I guess, the new year is the best time to do that. I don't know why, but maybe January is the best time for a fresh new start because new year, new me, right? I'm not gonna lie, I do the same thing. I like to set January as that fresh new start, new year, new me. Let's start some good habits, let's get rid of bad habits, and set some freaking goals.
And crush them.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so salesy, but yeah, too much energy. But anyway, I hope that with today's video, after watching it, it can help you accomplish your goals and your New Year's resolutions. And what's awesome about this video is that it's not specifically for, real estate agents. It could be for anyone, real estate agents, loan officers, salespeople, athletes, entrepreneurs, anyone. It could be for anyone. The strategies that I'm about to talk about in this video helped me with my yearly goals year after year, and if you follow them correctly, I promise that they'll definitely help you with your New Year's resolutions. I decided to make this video because it's officially the first week of November, and I always do my planning for the next year the last week of November. Stick around to the end because I talk about why I always do my planning in the last week of November. But before you do that, all I gotta ask is if you smash the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you do that, I promise that you will destroy your goals just as much as you should be destroying the like button. Also, if you like, go ahead and follow me on all my other social media platforms as well. And if not, then that's totally fine too. All right, so let's get started. Step 1 to making 2021 your best year yet. I say this in so many of my videos, and I'm gonna say it again. Step 1 is setting your goals. Your goals could be any goals you want. They could be financial goals, they could be, fitness goals, they could be sales goals, maybe they could be savings goals, or maybe you have goals to, spend X amount of time with family, have X amount of days off in the week. These goals can be anything you want, but when you set your goals, they need to have a solid figure amount. What I mean by that is like, say, I want to be stronger, or, I want to sell more homes. Instead of that, be more specific, like I want to bench press 250 pounds by the end of the year, or I want to sell 10 homes by the end of the year. The reason for this is because think of your goals as like your finish line. It is basically like, your end destination. By setting your goals, you're giving yourself a sense of direction. Because if you don't set goals, you have no destination. And if you have no destination, then pretty much you're just, wandering aimlessly. How will you know when to work harder? How will you know when to step on the gas if you're behind? How will you know you're behind? How will you know you're making progress? Setting goals basically identifies what you want to achieve and gives yourself a deadline on when you should achieve it. Step 2 is you want to put your goals onto paper. More specifically, you want to create a vision board. A vision board is putting your specific goals that you want to accomplish and putting them on paper, literally. Here is the example of the vision board that I created for myself for the year of 2020. I'm looking at it right now here on my laptop, and I think it's just super crazy. I bought a Tesla. I wrapped it red. I bought a high floor unit in the condo that I specifically wanted. I traveled with friends. Most importantly, I sold 10 million in volume. Well, I'm gonna hit over that. I'm gonna hit over 20 sales. I became a real estate broker. I got my broker's license in March. I'm renovating my condo. Think big and make it happen. That was just me as a constant reminder to myself in terms of mindset. And limitless, same thing. Whenever you set goals, you should set goals that scare you. And every time I got scared thinking about my goals, I would think to myself, you know, Jeremy, you are limitless. I know it might sound a little corny, but I really love vision boards. I love it because, you know, you put it on paper and it helps you visualize exactly what you want, and it can keep you focused. I started making vision boards a couple years ago and I love them, and it's helped me in so many ways. But most importantly, they've helped me become less distracted. After making each vision board, I'd print it out and I'd stick it on my wall in my room. That way I would see it every single day. I did that so that in times of feeling unmotivated or lazy, it would remind me of why I'm working so hard and what I'm really working for. If I'm feeling lazy, or if I'm feeling motivated, or I'm just, you know, screwing around and I see it, there would be a little voice inside my head that would be saying,
Jeremy, what are you doing? You need to stop freaking being lazy. You need to get motivated and get off your
Just do it!
Don't you want this?
Make your dreams come true!
Thought you wanted this.
No, what are you waiting for? Do it!
You'd be surprised how motivated you become after you have that chat with yourself. All right, so you set your goals, you visualize them, and you put them on paper. Now what? What's next is a very important step to all of this, and that is number 3, creating a game plan. In sports, in business, and you know, everything in life really, you need a game plan. You can have goals and you can say this and you can say that, but how are you going to do it? How are you going to accomplish them? Creating a game plan is going to tell you exactly how to do that. Your game plan is going to tell you everything you need to do month by month, week by week, and day by day. This is figuring out the actions that you need to do and the habits that you need to form, or the bad habits you need to get rid of in order to accomplish whatever you're trying to achieve. Okay, so for example, let's say you have a goal to save $30,000 this year. My game plan would be first to break it down. All right, so $30,000 divided by 12 months. What does that give you? That's $2,500 a month. All right, so how are you gonna save $2,500 a month? Same thing, you take that $2,500 and divide it by 4 weeks. After that, you get $625 a week. So therefore, you need to save $625 a week. When you start breaking it down like that, all of a sudden this huge, enormous goal is being broken down, and all of a sudden you start looking at it like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. I think I can do that. If you don't know how to create a game plan, watch one of my previous videos that I made about how to achieve your biggest goals. In that video, I explained the system that I use in order to achieve my goals. This system literally changed my life, and it helps me accomplish my goals every single year. So go check it out. If you can't find that video, it's the video with the thumbnail of me climbing a mountain in Kauai. The mountain represents my goals, and that whole thumbnail represents me achieving my goals, climbing the mountain. Make sense? It's symbolism. Anyway, number 4, test yourself. So remember earlier in this video, I said that I always start my planning the last week of November. Well, here's why. After setting all my goals and planning the last week of November, when December comes around, I use December as like my practice month. December is the month where I, test myself and practice and try to formulate all these new habits and actions. Think of December as like your 30-day free trial for the new year. By testing yourself this month, you get to actually learn about yourself. You get to see, okay, can I actually do this? Can I wake up every single morning at 6:30 to start my morning routine? Or is it difficult? What this 30-day free trial period is meant to do is basically help you identify what your strengths and weaknesses are. That way, when you come into the new year, you already know what to expect and you'll hit the ground running. And you're used to this because you've been doing it for the past month already. And hopefully you're starting off January with some positive momentum versus, actually starting it for the first time in January, and then maybe you struggle a little, and that struggle turns into, you being discouraged, and then you're just screwed for the rest of the year. It can happen. For example, for real estate agents, I like to call this period of time the off season. Usually around November or December, this is the slowest times for real estate. Why? Well, most people aren't trying to buy homes, or they're not trying to move and sell their home during the holiday season. It's because, the holiday season itself is already, chaotic, stressful, and most people don't want to do all of that stuff during the holiday season. And because of that, most real estate agents aren't working as hard either. Am I a part of this category? Definitely not.
Or anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there.
If you are a hungry real estate agent watching and you want to start off next year really great, you need to start putting in the work right now. Because remember, escrow on average is around 45 days. Any new escrow that you put in from November 15th to the end of December will close next year. If you only start putting the work in when January comes around and you put in an escrow, it will probably close in mid to late February, maybe early March. And in March, you're basically at the end of quarter one. So you basically lost 25% of your entire year to catch momentum. So you see why it's important to start putting in the work now. If you do it now and put in a new escrow, you're gonna start off January with the closing. And if you start off January with the closing, all of a sudden you're like,
yeah, all right, this is awesome. I like this. Let's keep this going.
and then right there you gain momentum off the bat. So this is why you put in work in the off season. Why?
Because champions are built in the off season.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. Anyway, next step, step 5, is you need to execute. This by far is the hardest thing for people to do, and that is actually doing the work. You can plan all you want, you can visualize all you want, dare I say it, you can manifest all you want, but if you don't put in the work, if you don't execute, you will get nothing done. You will accomplish nothing. You can see all the mystical numbers like, 444 or 888 everywhere you go, but if you don't do anything, you will get nothing. You will get nowhere. So many people I know say they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to start a new YouTube channel, they want to start working hard, but they don't do anything. They don't put in the work or take action. They don't execute. Maybe because 1, they're lazy, or 2, they're afraid to fail, or at the absolute worst case scenario possible, maybe they're both. 1, if you're lazy, I can't really help you there. I have no advice for lazy people. You either want it or you don't, people. And number 2, if you're afraid to fail, I totally understand, I get it. I was the same way. But you have to learn to love failing. So many people I know don't do anything because they're afraid to fail. Well, guess what? You are going to fail. You are going to get knocked down. You're going to suck a lot, but you learn from it every day. Every day is a new day to learn. You can't be afraid to fail because it is a part of the learning process, and you can't cheat the process. Do you think Michael Jordan was born being the GOAT, being the greatest of all time right when he was born? No. He had to learn. He had to put in the work every single day. There were days when he failed. There were days where he sucked, but he learned from it and got better. If you fail, which you will, learn from it and try again.
Over and 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 over.
The last step, step 6, is the hardest step out of all of them, and that is commit. You must commit. You see the emphasis in my claps. Anyone can have a flash of motivation, anyone can be really fired up one moment. Anyone can wake up at 6 a.m. and do a workout for their morning routine one time, but can you do that every day? Can you be consistent? It's hard, I'm not gonna lie. Can you be consistent if your body is sore and you're hurting? What if some days you don't feel like doing anything, which you will? What if some days, you just don't feel like getting out of bed, which you will? There will be those days, and it's totally normal. We're all human beings, but it's up to you how to bounce back from those days. So many people I know, they're really fired up and they're committed, for a week. They have good momentum, and then all of a sudden they have one bad day. Then, all of a sudden that one bad day turns into 2 bad days and turns into 3 bad days. Don't let that happen. That is another reason that I like to have the 30-day trial in December. You gotta get your reps in. You gotta practice. You need to start doing these things in order to form a good habit. Get those reps in, get the practice in December, so by the time January comes, you've already created that good habit and you're ready to take on 2021. This is the main reason why you see so many people at the gym in January, but come around June, do you still see those same people that were in the gym in January? Probably not, because most people aren't committed. Like I said, there are going to be those days, even if you're committed, that you want to take a break, and it's totally fine. It's totally normal. In fact, you need to take a break so you don't get burnout. But again, it's up to you how you bounce back from those days. And just a side note, there might be some days where you see other people leveling up. Maybe they're leveling up more than you. Maybe they're leveling up faster than you. Don't worry about them. Worry about you and your progress. And on that note, I want to end this video by saying that when it comes to setting your goals, never compare yourself to anyone else. There's a saying that goes, comparison is the thief of joy, or something like that. Don't compare yourself to anyone. If you're gonna compare yourself to someone, don't do it as like they're better than me. Use it as, maybe for inspiration or motivation. Your goals are for you. The only person that you're competing with is yourself. With 2019 version of Jeremy, I sold 10 homes. And then with 2020 version of me, I said, okay, I need to beat the old me and sell 20 homes. And I did that. So next year, I need to compete with my old self and, raise the bar. Is it gonna be hard? Yes. Does it scare me thinking about that? Yes. Am I worried about anyone else and how many homes they're selling? No, because I'm awesome. I'm just kidding. But look, if you follow these steps, if you follow everything that I said in this video, I promise that you will definitely accomplish your goals next year. But please understand that all your goals, everything that you're trying to accomplish, it's not gonna be obtained overnight. You will need to put in the work, you will need to stay consistent, and you will need to stay patient. Just remember that any progress, whether big progress or small progress, it's still progress, and that is what you want to be striving for. So there you have it, guys. I hope that this video helped you and understand how to make it next year your best year yet, and I hope this video fired you up. It definitely fired me up making it. And if you have any questions at all or need advice or need motivation, please comment below and I'll do my best to reply to them. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel and press the like button on this video. And if you want, follow me on my other social media platforms. If not, that's totally fine. But again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.